Welcome back to another episode of That Line Podcast. I'm your host, DJ Scotty Tudati, and today for Wednesday, we're gonna talk about tainted talent. But before we get into this video, I would ask you very kindly to like, share, and subscribe the channel and this video. Continue to interact, continue to comment, like, share, and subscribe. And if you're in the South Bend, Mishawaka, Granger, Warsaw, Elkhart, anywhere in Michiana, um, every other Thursday I would be at Brothers Bar and Grill in beautiful South Bend. So come and check out your boy on the ones and twos. But the reason why you clicked on this video is to hear some wisdom. So without further ado, let's dive deep into today's topic of tainted talent. Um, the past week, yeah, I want to say week ago, I had watched the Vince McMahon documentary on Netflix. If you are a fan of wrestling, like how I once was, or just want to just watch something intriguing on Netflix, I would highly recommend you go and watch that Vince McMahon documentary. It's a very, very great documentary as far as how it was constructed and organized and how things were, explained. But a lot of things from that documentary kind of spark the mind, and once the mind is sparked, um, a lot of things come out of that. And here we are talking about tainted talent and stuff of that nature. But me watching that documentary, I definitely um, kind of learned some stuff, and some stuff was reiterated about certain things that has happened in the course of pro wrestling and stuff of that nature. But I feel like the biggest takeaway from it is how much we love to win the world and lose ourselves. We will win if it takes 10 battles to win the war. We're okay with winning 9, and then the most important, the final battle, we can live with us losing the most important battle, and we end up losing the war, but we can go back to our nation and be like, oh, at least you won 9 out of the 10. And like I have been saying on this podcast and how I've been telling people who I interact with, we have such a inkling to want to make guys subservient. We want to win the world and everything in it, and lose the most important things, and that is ourself. And that's something that I got from that documentary. If you are a fan of pro wrestling, you know who Vince McMahon is. He kind of brought us the likes of Hulk Hogan, The Rock, Stone Cold, Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, et cetera, et cetera. And for that, him being a visionary, him being, him kind of marketing and bringing us some great entertainment. Us being, me being, a kid, and some of you guys being teenagers and adults. Yeah, that was a time. It was definitely a time to be alive during the Attitude Era. Some people remember the Hulk Hogan era, um, the Ruthless Aggression, which is the John Cena era. So that was really like the peak of me watching wrestling. And I definitely, was glued to my TV every Friday for SmackDown, every Monday for Monday Night Raw and stuff of that nature. But when I was a kid, the concepts kind of was not, like the storylines was not as, I guess I didn't really pay attention to like a lot of it. I just kind of knew that, okay, Randy Orton's fighting John Cena. I didn't like Randy Orton because he was the heel. That's kind of what the concept is. The heel is the bad guy. John Cena was the good guy. So I didn't get the storyline. I just knew that I fucking hated Randy Orton. I hated JBL. I hated Edge. hated the motherfuckers because like they always had beef with John Cena or but I really that's something that I will say Vince did a good job of a business strategy to really make it real, to make it feel like you have a personal strike with these people that you don't know, and whole time they're just doing their job as actors slash stuntmen in the same breath. But yeah, to kind of go behind the scenes, learning a lot about um just the scandals and shit that was going on is just really mind blowing because I try to stay on the side of righteousness as much as I possibly can. I'm not a perfect man, but I try to be a righteous one. So hearing a lot of shit that was going on behind the scenes during watching this documentary, I was just kind of floored because I was just like, there's no way I would have still, and I don't care what it costs. Being righteous, there is no cost in being righteous. It's just the right thing to do. But some people feel like there's a there's a um there's a choice to be made when it comes to making the right decision. It's okay to deliberate, but as long as you make the right decision after you deliberate and think, that's all that matters. But it was shit like scandals of like rape, Vince raping wrestlers, his executive touching and raping wrestlers and ring boys and stuff of that nature. And it's just weird shit that was going on behind the scenes. The steroid scandal, I think in '93, with him and Hulk Hogan and other wrestlers, shit like that. We all know the Chris Benoit situation, stuff of that nature. Um, how many affairs, like Vince took out a whole article in Playboy of all magazines and sources to talk about this. He took out a whole article in Playboy to talk about his affairs against his wife. Most egregious, diabolical thing you can do as a husband: go to a smut magazine and glorify pretty much your adultery. Very Playboyish, if I may say so myself. Um, and it is kind of shocking to see behind the scenes of entertainment. There's a dark side to it, just like same shit that's happening with like Diddy, right? Bad Boy, um, my favorite rapper, or one of my favorite rappers of all time, if not my favorite rapper, is Biggie. And of course, Buffy, founder of Bad Boy, this and the third, um, brought some incredible hits, incredible source of entertainment and enjoyment and stuff of that nature. But fast forward to present day, we figuring out he was the ultimate 69 guy. Like having freak offs and having 1,000 bottles of baby oil, having a life supply. That's life supply. You're not gonna use that much baby oil in your life. Probably have used maybe since I've been born, probably, or let's just say a rough estimate, probably 20 bottles. And this is over a 27, 28 year span almost. So 1,000 bottles will last you a lifetime. So have a life supply of baby oil and, doing all this egregious shit, like, watching interviews, how like, he was saying shit to Justin Bieber, or even like when he was with Fabulous and Jadakiss, you know, asking Fabulous, yeah, daddy, when are we gonna party? You never hang out with me, daddy. Like, bro, what? Is it certain shit where I feel it as if like our dignity, our morals is kind of tainted, it's kind of altered because of somebody's social status. To be famous, to be recognized, to be glorified, people are um put on pedestals next to God again. People try to make God subservient. It's okay to be like, damn, hey, that's Brian. Hey man, that's KD. Damn, that's John Cena. Damn, that's The Rock. Damn, that's such and such. Right? It's it's okay to be like, damn, hey, that's such and such. I give them they flowers. They like that guy or that that's her or this and third. But to worship them, to think that they can do no wrong. They're all knowing. They got it all together. They don't suffer from nothing. Um, they can fly. They can stop a speeding train from going off the track. They're not that. They're not superhuman. I feel like when the masses give one human being attention, it's energy. That's what they do, and that's what kind of brings this whole level of worship and trying to put them up there with God. One thing that we all have in common, those who are human, is that we are human at the end of the day, and we try so hard to mask our flaws or try to big up ourselves to the point to where we're looking down. We're so high up that we forget how the ground feels. And I don't feel like that's a practical method of living because where the illogical part sets in is thinking that you're better than somebody. You can have $1 billion of US currency that is equivalent to nothing when you do your research in the bank and feel validated and feel that I'm doing it. I'm successful. My family's taken care of. Ooh, ooh, but I'm a shitty person. Somebody asked me for a autograph. I stand there stiff on them, or I ignore them because I'm hearing it 1,000 times a fucking day, and I'm tired and woo woo. By all means, do that. But again, look at Diddy, look at Vince. Vince don't have any inkling in WWE. He has no motherfucking leverage of his own company, a company that he spent years building. He spent years upon years, bro, millions and thousands of pay-per-view, well, millions upon billions of dollars in pay-per-view revenue and thousands of pay-per-views, in general. He has not outside of the money, of course. He don't have the actual essence of his business. He don't have the business to show for it. Yeah, he got the profit. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's cool. But the damn, this is the company that I built. I don't have that no more. You done lost it all. Same thing with Diddy. You have the catalogs, you have the hits that's not gonna be not played, yeah, but you're sitting in the cell. You're sitting in the cell. People are making a mockery of you, as they should. And it, again, like one thing about humanity, we're wishy-washy. We with you 1 millisecond, we against you the next millisecond. Like human beings, we have a very, very, very short attention span. Most do, and we don't look at the totality. We look at the right now in the right now. We don't look at the way down the line. We don't look at damn like I'm hanging around these people and allegations keep popping up. But you know what, man? They are helping. They are paying me, and they um took care of this. They got my car fixed. They helped me do this, help me do that. So I can look the other way because they're my man. They won. Woo woo woo. That's not how that worked. That's not how that worked. I'm old enough to know that um anybody, and I mean anybody, can turn on you. Anybody can disappoint you, and everybody is not everything to you. And I had to learn that in the most heart wrenching way. This situation with my daughter has and I've said this before. My daughter is the most impactful person that I've ever um been around. And the fact that I created her is even more crazy. Will help in the process of creating her is even more impactful when you put it in the concept of that, because my daughter being here has exposed so much to me. Like she's so much of my wisdom, even though I'm restricted from her. She's the origin of who I am presently. So baby, I love you. Daddy miss you. And I thank you for making me a better man. But to go back to this topic that we're talking about, you know, anybody can change up on you at any given time. People disappoint you day in, day out. And to think that somebody that you don't even know is just, you feel me, just batting 1,000 or don't have demons. And we all have demons. Um, and a lot of people are afraid to be transparent. A lot of people are afraid to try to network their demons to others because they feel like, oh, my shit is too heavy to like explain. My shit is too heavy to carry. Nah, you wouldn't get it. A lot of people don't, but you got to find the people who do. And I feel like that's the most important part. And a lot of people want to use your testimony to try to test you, or use your testimony against you, and those people you need to stay away from, because those people are tainted mentally. And it's just um I just I just find it's just so just crazy how just day in day out you just finding different things to well, you just find different celebrities, different uh political figures, like you saw like the mayor in New York get indicted and stuff of that nature. Um, you just keep seeing people get exposed. And if you have talent, if you're good at anything, I don't care what it is, it can be shoveling shit. If you have a talent um with anything, I challenge you to safeguard that. Don't don't allow your talent to be tainted. Don't allow your gifts to be manipulated. If somebody say, yeah, you're a fire, let's just say hairdresser, but only thing you got to do is suck 20 dicks. That's the only thing you got to do is suck 20 dicks once a week, and you can have the car you want, the house you want. You can put your kids through college, but just suck 20 dicks once a week. Let us record it. Let us bust in your face. Let us just do whatever we choose to do, but you can have whatever you want. I would highly suggest you not do that, because at the end of the day, that house can get knocked over by a strong wind. That car can get totaled. But hey, the fact still remains you did 20 dicks a week. So it's just like people try to, and that's where the devil is, when like he pro- proposition you something that you want, and he gives you something that you on the back end are going to be ashamed of. That's how like the devil make deals. He try to give you the desires of your heart with a catch. That's one of the uh, a limited difference between the devil and God, or good versus evil, bad energy versus negative energy, and good vibes versus positive vibes. However you kind of view spirituality and stuff of that nature, that's the biggest difference. Because with God, He don't give you, okay, it's gonna be something good, but on the back end it's gonna be something bad. He gonna bless you to no ends. It's not gonna be a catch. It's not gonna be a you owe me. He's our creator, so he's gonna give us the desires of our heart. The only thing we gotta do is believe in what we ask him to do, and let God be God all by himself. That's it. That's all. We don't got to humiliate ourselves. We don't have to degrade ourselves. We don't have to try to make ourselves greater than we are. We don't have to make God subservient to get something that is going to wash away eventually. We cannot take the Urus. We can't take the McLaren. We can't take the Hennessy. We can't take the Don Julio. We can't take the chains. We can't take the Coles. We can't take none of that shit with us when we check out. All of this shit is like is all temporary. It's all temporary. Look at whatever celebrity you want to put on a pedestal and worship. Um, they we are all here for a a reason, and once that reason is fulfilled, we transition to the next phase of life, which is the afterlife. Some people believe in reincarnation. Some people believe in just going to heaven and we live out with our ancestors. And um whatever you believe, just believe in something. So I definitely challenge those who have talent to really look at the pros and cons of mixing your talent with people who are not talented, or mixing your talent with people who try to deprive your talent. Sometimes people who are where you're heading would misdirect you to where you don't need to be. And that's something that I have to learn the hard way too, especially me being a DJ and me doing these promotional periods to where I'm saying, hey, look, I'm gonna give you my cash tag, and whatever you feel is best to tip me or to give me at the end of the night, you know, I'm thankful for it because I just need the reps. I just need to get my name out there. People will try to take advantage of that, and on the back end, what they don't realize when they like they're trying to take advantage of the talent or try to tank the talent is when it's all said and done, after this emotional period, and I'm hoping that I don't have to end it early, because one thing I'm not gonna do is again have my talent tainted or be taken advantage of. On the back end, um, my prices are gonna jump. So the fact that, let's say you pay 250 to, let's say, about $500 for my service in 2026, hopefully not in the middle of 2025 for people who want to, book me and stuff like that. In that time period, that shit gonna be 2,500. And I'm not gonna feel bad about saying that, because it's people now who want to be like, oh man, that's a lot. That's the skill set though. You don't perform heart surgery and they give you the bill for 60K and be like, oh, that's a lot just for heart surgery? Really? That's it. Oh my God. Like, it's heart surgery. Like, you feel me? Like, you don't, I know DJing and heart surgery are two different things, but you don't question, you feel me, certain things given the quality of it. You feel me? Like, it's just like, that's just what the fuck it is. I don't know what to say to you. If I was had just minimum equipment, little to no equipment, if I just had my board and a table and motherfucking the computer lab as speakers and saying, okay, I need 2,500. Yeah, you're supposed to be like, the fuck? But I have banging ass speakers. I have lights. I have my own desk. I have a laptop. I have a flagship board. The skill set is crazy. So it's just like the fact being like, I don't get where the confusion lies. Because if you listen to any other DJ, it's probably outside of Jordan Lee. Shout out DJ Jordan Lee. Like, you don't really hear me and nobody else. And even with Jordan Lee, there's a difference, because a lot of DJs, they love to scratch and transition to their next song. I don't, outside of starting my mixes, I don't scratch. I don't. I'm not a scratcher. I'm gonna fade you out, and then I'm gonna just drop that next beat in that pocket. And there you go. And then I'm gonna do my thing with like the stems, and that's that. I'm gonna loop some vocals into the next song, and that's that. You feel me? It's simple. I'm very fundamentally and strategic and on point with those mixes and the things that I do. But I just wanted to throw that out there because whatever you do, know your worth. Know that you know you have a talent. You're talented. You're gifted. You have a craft. But don't let anything taint it. Don't let anything manipulate it. Don't gain the world and everything in it. Don't gain all the luxuries of the world and all the rep and respect and that adoration from millions upon billions of people. But then when it's all said and done, you have nothing to show for it. And you kind of like, man, like I done did horrendous shit. I wonder how God is gonna judge me. I wonder how, after it's all over, what's gonna happen to my soul. Or you're affronted because those who make a mockery of God or the creator or feel like there is no God or this and third. It's so crazy if they live to see, let's just say about 55, 60, 65. Once they start creeping up in age, it's like they start looking at their morality more in a in a totality way. you know, from 18 up until that time, they can care less. They just coasting. They don't care that they talent tainted. They just coasting. They just milking it, right? But when you're stripped, and when I say stripped, like of all your possessions, and the only thing you have is your flesh, your bone, and your spirit, you start looking at things in its proper context because, like, damn, I lost my house, lost a wife, my kids don't fuck with me. My kids are embarrassing themselves to protect my name, to protect our family name. Damn, man, I got money, but I'm not happy. Damn, I got these cars. I ain't happy. Damn, I didn't did this, but man, like you start like those personal midnight hour thoughts be rocking motherfuckers' heads off, bro, because it's just the shit that matters should always matters. It shouldn't be all I got the world by the balls and you feel me, I'm just flying high, and because at the end of the day, and you see like the hoodie, I smoke and I be enjoying my highs. If I'm smoking Rainbow Runts or Gary Payton, had a motherfucker. But eventually that high gun comes down. It comes down, people. That's something that I want you to take away from this video. Um, Protect your talent. Don't let your talent be tainted. Cause it's the devil's busy, extremely busy, extremely busy in this day and age because is so many people who venturing off. Who, oh well, God gonna always be there. Oh, it's time to get right. It's gonna be time. Okay, okay. And again, you know, I'm not trying to make anybody convert to any religion or stuff like that. It's just time for people to acknowledge the creator and acknowledge that these things that we put so much emphasis on really don't matter. Look at who and what you are and see how that translates to God. See how that translates to the creator of all things when you really sit back and be like, man, how does my heart beat without me pumping, hitting like my chest. Like, damn, how does the earth rotate so seamlessly and night become day and day become night? Look at things like that and ask yourself, is there a God? Versus if somebody died tragically, we're just gonna dismiss God. And I'm trying not to veer off, but I have to kind of say that because even with your talent, you can give up on your talent if something tragically happens, and you can wrap it up type shit. But stay, grounded. Stay grounded on the things that you love doing. Don't let nobody taint your talent. Don't let things be um eroded by how much the world want to deprive you of things. So I leave you with that, y'all, and I hope something was said on today that bring you guys wisdom on this Wednesday. I hope something was shared to help just uplift your spirits and put things in proper perspective and proper context, y'all. And please, as always, like, share, and subscribe. Continue to grow the channels. Well, the channel. Can continue to comment. Continue to do all things to help the channel grow. And yeah. And again, if you are in the Michiana area, um, every other Thursdays, catch me at Brothers Bar and Grill in South Bend, man. I'll be on the ones and twos doing my thug thizzle. So yeah, man. Love y'all. And until next time, peace.